and hope you have a good time. In this video, we want to talk about the secret Area 51. Aliens. This is something you have seen over and over again in the movies. You have seen the spacecraft carrying them in the photos, but still being and seeing them has always been in a haze, ambiguity. Are they really space creatures? If so, who welcomes them when they come to the Earth? This is a top secret area in the US state of Nevada where US flight and combat investigations are conducted in strict secrecy. So secretive that the staff and researchers at the center say goodbye to the outside world and spend their entire lives in the area. Area 51, which lies between several military bases, is part of Edwards Air Base. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. In the southern part of this secret area on the shores of Groom Lake, a large airport has been built on the seabed. Every morning, black-haired planes take off from the runway to patrol the area. Groom Lake, Dreamland, Paradise Farm, and Naked Water City are other names used to refer to Area 51. For security reasons and perhaps protection of space creatures, the sky of this region is protected up to a radius of hundreds of kilometers, and all of it is fenced. Most of the building structures in this area are built to protect the depth of the Earth. These buildings are sometimes 30 to 40 meters deep in the ground. The whole area is controlled by sound and motion sensors, so keep even the thought of infiltrating Area 51 out of your mind. In 1947, a flying object called a UFO crashed in an area called Roswell, New Mexico. According to witnesses, after the fall, many security forces were sent to the area and collected the remains of the bird. A witness, a local farmer, told reporters that the officers also pulled the bodies out of the bird and took them with them. Today, this is in a state of ambiguity because of the government's secrecy over the Roswell incident. The news spread quickly in the local newspapers, but the next day, at the behest of the government, no news agency discussed the incident. The fact is that 51 is a military area, and for scientific experiments, construction and production of aircraft and other equipment that is mostly used for espionage, such as U-2 aircraft that have fallen into the hands of the Russians. In the mid-1940s, Americans were looking for a remote area to test their reconnaissance aircraft on Area 51. Area 51 was a very secluded spot and a great place to hide. What do you know about the problems of the Region 51? In 1994, scientific measurements indicated the presence of unauthorized chemicals in the area, which was rejected by the Supreme Court. Bob Lazar claims to have worked in Area 51 until 1989 and is responsible for repairing a crashed spacecraft. Bruce Burgess's Dreamland documentary is about an interview with a 71-year-old engineer who claims to be working on UFO simulators based on a crashed spacecraft. Bruce Burgess also claims to work with a space creature named J. Rod. Dan Burish, nicknamed Dan Crane, claims that he was studying an alien clone virus and collaborating with a creature named J. Rod. Interestingly, they were forced to raise livestock in the area for secrecy and secrets. Where is Area 51? Area 51 is located 100 kilometers northwest of Las Vegas in the US state of Nevada. This is a rectangular area on the northeastern side of Lake Nevada, and it is forbidden to enter this area. Everything that is attributed to Area 51 has something to do with espionage and secrecy, such as reverse engineering of the alien spaceship and simulation and construction of a spaceship like it. For years, movies have been posted on the internet by ordinary people watching spaceships for creatures from other planets. These spacecraft are round and use special technology. Some believe that reverse engineering is used in these spacecraft and humans want to do so. Cooperation with alien and extraterrestrial beings. Cooperation between humans and aliens have always been questionable, but there is an evidence that in some cases they have had technological cooperation with each other. Expansion of weather control tools. The construction of placements of satellites in the atmosphere that have been built in this area is one of these tools. Travel in the tunnel of time and work on the project of converting matter into energy. This project is still going on and from time to time news is leaked. Scientists working in the region are trying to make great strides in complex issues in the future. The proliferation of deadly weapons using non-fossil fuels. This is a very important and special issue. These types of weapons are very dangerous and deadly. One of these weapons is the HARP, which US officials say is only used scientifically. Russia also has some kind of this technology. Construction of underground rails to connect the continents to each other. This is very difficult and there is no evidence. Making an invisible runway called Cheshire straw, which is only visible if it is sprayed on the runway. This technology is very advanced and difficult to achieve. If this band is used one day, surely other countries will be aware of the existence of this type of band. In conclusion, we should say all countries have no-go areas and only certain people can go there. Whether the reason, no one can say for sure what is going on there. Many things that happen on the planet are hidden from our eyes. For example, what happens in these areas? In places like Area 51, significant advances are being made scientifically and technologically, and some say they are 10 years ahead of the rest of the world, working there like science fiction movies. Let us hope that all these trials and tribulations will benefit us humans and the planet.